May 22nd, 2023. On May 19th of this year, I did a reading with a very gifted friend, and it was very formal. I paid her and everything, so it wasn't just like, oh, impromptu. No, she like really prepared herself for this, and she's good. And in the process of getting my reading, I saw angel light pop in front of her, unexplainable light, and the camera started malfunctioning at that time as well, but the light stayed there for quite an amount of time until it just kind of dissipated into the environment right before her. And the interesting thing is that she didn't see that, but she says that she works with angels, and that she went and saw a very gifted psychic medium, I guess, and she talked about her in this that I'm about to play, but before this that I'm about to play, and she told her that she works with angels, and so she mentioned twice now that I give her an angel vibe, and I think so too. I think I work with angels as well. There's a very pure essence about me in some ways. I don't have malice in my heart. I don't have bad intent. I always come at things with the purest of intent, and the goodness in my heart. Yeah, with goodness in my heart. I don't do the envy. I want to see people succeed. I want to see people truly happy. I want to see people thrive. I thrive when people are happy. So I do really honestly believe I do work with angels, and I feel like sometimes when I say the universe has me and I'm loved by the universe, is because I'm divinely protected by beings that I'm even I am not fully aware of, but they have that angel energy to them. It's interesting that in her reading, just out of the blue, when she was talking about the angel energy and stuff, look at you, she said, you little forest elf. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that's what I used to call my twin flame. And funny enough, I adapted that too, because I thought, well, you know what, I'm kind of a forest, like pixie or forest elf myself, so and then no one's ever called me that, so I thought that was really sweet. And it was during the time where she was shuffling the cards for twin flame energy, so it was interesting. She tapped into that. I didn't even get to say that to her, because like most of us, when we're channeling information, it comes really quick, and so we have the tendency of talking really fast or rambling or just kind of pushing the information, you know, because it's kind of spilling out of us. And so there were moments where she was just in the zone, and so I couldn't like address those things because things were moving fast. So the following is a reading that I did, that she did for me about my current situation. However, because I saw the outcome of it and I was just completely like bored with it, I'm like, okay, if it's over, it's fucking over, and I have no further questions, Your Honor, so let's move on. And since I had time, we moved on to the twin flame portion of it. Yes, there's a twin flame portion of it. I asked a twin flame question, and she took off with it. Let's see. Oh, phone turned off, of course.
You already know that. Let's see what my twin flame, how does he feel about me?
Your twin flame got a lot of sexual desire, a lot of 9 of Cups, the wishing card. I love this for twin flames too. It's my favorite card in the whole where you see this girl, she's in bliss. When she's actually with this person, she's in bliss. And you know what? He has so much to offer. So much. Even though sometimes it might be backwards, it might be too self-indulgent, or it might be a little confusing.
Recording.
He thinks nothing but beautiful thoughts of you. Okay? There is a sense, and right now, that's what
Remember
I picked
that
up,
one?
but I'm going to go into
Dedicated
the main
to us?
question, because sometimes I just cut him and that shit
And when I reach out to him initially, he's receptive, and we start talking, and he immediately, he just has so many walls up, he'll block me. He'll block me, but he's on my YouTube channel, and he leaves his email open so we can communicate those ways, but he'll block me any other way.
Why does he do that? Because I see like he challenges it, which is the blocking card, which we just saw, you know, like the defense really quickly. I don't understand why the defenses are up. Why? Is it because you're too much for him? What's going on here?
He was my longest relationship, not counting the marriage that I had. He was my longest loving, all-encompassing relationship. And we lived in a severely haunted house. And we were going through our spiritual growth and our twin flame ping-ponging energy. And at the same time, we had a lot of evil energy there that affected me. And so...
That could be very difficult with twin flames, too, because twin flames are always so powerful.
Yes.
Especially with something there, an entity there, an energy there, it can start messing with the twin flame energy.
Every time he was home.
Twin flame energy is more sexual, more strong, or more pull. There's a pull there.
Yeah. Just...
He's your spiritual lover. He is your spiritual lover. He will always be your spiritual lover. There is something there that won't leave. It's in the cloud, you know, even though there's a distance. Why is there so much beauty? Why is there so much, you know, happiness when you are actually together? And why is there that loyal feeling like I'm still there even though I'm not there and I need to block you, you know, because you're, you know, like, you're trouble. You're good trouble. So let's see. What
I'm good trouble.
Why is he feeling that way? You guys have a history, lots of history. There's the Ten of Pentacles. He will always be in your life, Kayla. He seems to never, you know, when I see the Ten of Pentacles in relationships, that person never leaves. They're hidden, even if they're in the background. If you call on them, you really need to call on them, they'll be there. Or life is kind of funny where it, you know, he comes back in and you have gifts to offer each other. And when you do exchange those gifts, they're so full of divine, positive, nurturing, material energy. It's just,
I'm covering
it
my
really
face.
is a gift, a treasure. You are a treasure, he's a treasure. But even though there's that blockage, it's the history that keeps the bond together. And it's something that will build for a lifetime. These are lifetime energies because the Ten of Pentacles don't lie. You don't see that a lot in relationships. You see the Ten of Cups. If you see the Ten of Pentacles, especially with twin flames, consider yourself lucky. This person is spiritually bonded to you.
Yeah.
Oh, by love, by unconditional. Girl, I'm seeing better cards with this twin flame, sadly.
Totally.
What, Josh? What the hell? See, there is so much love there, and I feel, oh my fucking god, it's crossed by this card. Again, your spiritual lover will always have unconditional love for you. This is what's in the spirit realm. This is what they're really fucking resonating. Even if the action of the Seven of Wands is like crossing, like, no, not right now, you know, that's just an action. But the reality here is that this shit comes together and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's divine.
It's divine. We were so divine.
And right now you said you can't see him, right? Yeah, there's definitely discernment. There's definitely a distance.
He's in Canada, yeah. He's Canadian. But if he reached out to me and wanted to see me, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I think it's not the time yet. You know,
Calm
it's not
down,
the time
girlie.
yet, you
Calm
know
down.
it.
I don't know if I'd be there in a
But I feel
heartbeat.
like in the future it's gonna happen again. Sorry.
That was just
like,
the energy.
It's gonna come back again, and you know it. I think you know it. Just not right now. There's just so much love there. So much, like, you know it could happen again. I'm gonna be honest. If you see each other, there's no way to stop that energy.
No way. Yes, I know that. And you know what? I know that if we were in front of each other, nothing else would matter. We would just feel that those arrows pointing red at each other again. I know it. I think that's why maybe he stays away, because we would be so
God
drawn
in
to
a
each other.
circumstance.
He does know it, and he saves a special place for you. But it really is the distance. Is he
assuming he is. He's so charming.
Earth child.
Okay, so it looks like he's probably seeing someone.
Fucking
he's gonna,
copycat.
he's
Can't be
offering
original.
something to someone, but
980,
I will tell you,
989.
he's holding a very blessed and special place for you in his heart. I think he's doing the right thing right now, even if he is distant and being challenging. He's trying to grow with somebody. Someone is trying to grow with him. There's been a connection, something healthy. So I'm glad for him.
Yeah.
And I'm glad honestly that what he really feels for you is something very genuine and something real and something that's never gonna go away. So when he's done with that person, calm down, I'll be perfect. So when he's done with that person, maybe there's an opportunity in the future. Oh shit, girl. There's gonna be an opportunity in the future. What the fuck? This is why I love doing twin flame readings, because I'm telling you, it's the real twin flame when the cards don't lie.
The cards never lie. Oh my god.
They never do.
No, I'm smiling because it's so nice to see that energy, and only people that have a twin flame understand it.
Yeah.
Understand that it's pure love, it's pure attraction, it's pure
Resonating with me right now. See, I had no emotions with the Joshua thing. With the whole Joshua thing, I was just kind of stoic. But right now, this energy is feeding my soul.
It is, and it's beautiful. I like it. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling like, damn, this shit is real.
It is.
I like it, and it's also very sexual. Look at this. Sexual.
Oh, God.
It's addictive. It's demonic. It's hungry.
Oh god, it's
Girl,
just
you are not lying about your twin flame.
no.
You are not lying. And you know what? There you go again. Look at every card I pull. I'm not lying. You got the soulmate card, the history. The Six of Cups is about a soulmate. There will be a reunion. It's not going to be now because I see that he's growing with someone and he's blocking you. But why all this positive energy? He's blocking you because of that positive energy. He knows that's trouble for him.
Yeah.
I applaud him for that. But sadly, or excitingly, I would like to say, that when the time is right, you guys will find a reunion again, and it will be genuine joy. Okay, the Six of Cups is about a reunion, genuine joy, and also history with a friendship. Soulmate. This is when you're around each other, it's just joy. You can't help it. It's a high vibration.
It is.
I like this guy, whoever the hell he is. He's positive energy, man.
He's amazing.
Look, and
He changed my
reliable,
life.
too. Like, he's gonna be there. Even though he's trying to block you, girl, he leaves the shit open. Damn, that's so cool. Yeah, see, otra vez. You are the mysterious woman. I am getting repeats over and over because, one, I don't even gotta read him no more. Like, it's already set in stone. Like, you are that mysterious. You are the mistress. You are the mysterious woman that he's so pulled into. When I see the love, because the love card, the Ace of Cups is, you can interpret it a lot of ways. But it's very divine. It's a spiritual connection. And you gotta ask yourself a lot of times, how am I going to love him right now? Right now, I'm gonna love him from afar. I'm gonna love him from a distance.
Yeah.
And that is spiritual. It's emerging, but you can feel the energy.
Yes.
And with others, it's new feelings of love. But in this one, it's a history connection. So
Yeah.
there's this love on there, and there is a potential to see him in the future.
I think you would
definitely see it
agree.
in the
I think you
future.
would agree.
Yep, someone's gonna fucking go somewhere. You're going there, he's going there, but there's a trip. See, we already know this is gonna happen. But not right now because he's on the fence though. I think that's so funny. It might be in like maybe a few years, maybe 2 years. It'll go by fast.
It's been
Maybe 5 years, girl, maybe 5 to 6 years, and then all of a sudden another fucking wham bam, explosion. Alright, so do you have any questions for me?
no, sis, thank you so much for this reading. It was amazing.
Oh,
Resonates
thank
so
you.
much. Yeah.
I'm happy. It was really easy. It was really easy, and your twin flame was really fun to read.
Yes.
I haven't got so much positive cards in a very long time from a twin flame, And you know he's a real twin flame when I see that. When I see all the signs. No card wants to talk shit. The only talk shit card was the fact that he's not wanting to talk to you right now. You know? But why do you feel all this way about her? Why is it still in you spiritually?
The universe, every time I try to forget him, I know that I can't because we're genuinely twin flames. Every time I try to dismiss it, the universe brings him back in sneaky ways, and all of a sudden twin flame or him himself is right in my face. And even when I'm happy in a relationship, something seeps in and reminds me, you're a twin flame. And I'm like, right?
Right as he started speaking, I got the Princess of Pentacles and I got the Love card. Okay? You just keep getting so many wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Know that you will at least have somebody beautiful to when you really need them the most.
I can pull from that energy. I do.
Yeah, and you can pull that energy to lift you back up. Usually they come around when you're being treated like shit, or you lost your worth, or, you know, just random fuckingly, you know, or sometimes maybe you're not ready for that energy, but I do see an opportunity again. Okay, I see an opportunity. I feel like either we're gonna be the one, I feel like you're be the one to give them the message, and then there's an option there again. The instant chemistry is there. So I'm gonna go away and split soul. So we know that. Yeah. So I'm happy for you. You got a very true twin flame, but we need to focus on new beginnings now, and it's your journey now. And then Josh is no more.
Yeah.
We're closing the chapter on Josh. I already looked up Josh. Josh is, you know what? I can relate to. What the fuck is Josh doing right now? And how's he feeling towards Caleb? Because we didn't really ask that. Bitch ass nigga. Whatever.
We're not going to play that. But anyway, she mentioned that was like the most positive twin flame reading she's ever done. It was pretty exciting because all the cards that popped up were just like positive, beaming, loving cards. Connection, divine. So that was very validating. It was very sweet. I don't know about this whole meeting in the future. What did she say? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years? Well, for one, I'm going to be so grown by then. But two, I don't know. I know that if Miguelito and I, Sunchild, and Silver Moon ever happen to bump into each other somewhere, meet or something, it would stir us up in such a major way. And if you don't believe that, Miguelito, for whatever reason, test me, just test yourself. Meet me somewhere. I guarantee you that the minute you see me before you, everything's gonna be just gonna flood back to you. That energy that we used to be is gonna flood back to you, and we're gonna be two kids, super hyperactive, just burning up the town like we used to be. So when two twin flames get together, sometimes anything that's a lower vibration, especially when they resonate, like Miguelito and I, we really, when we were vibing, we were in such a high resonant place that it was just, we talked fast and it was exciting, and we didn't sleep. Leave it at that. We hardly ate, and then when we lived with each other, we were still just so telepathic with one another, you know, even being in such a dark place. That dark place liked so much to mess with us, especially when he would come home, you know, because we were in a visa relationship. He's Canadian, I'm American, and he had 6 months with me, and then, you know, he would leave, and then I would go to Canada and see him. So we did that for 5 years. That's true love. That is true love, because for 5 years we endured a visa relationship. Not many people last even a year like that, but we endured 5, and the circumstances of our communication and stuff were very iffy. Not only does Miguelito have like a ADHD, so like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, but sometimes he didn't have access to internet or a phone, or the weather was bad. It was just so many circumstances that kept coming up where we could have been separated, but for 5 years we made that work. It was tough. It was really tough, but there was so much love there. Like, had I been Canadian or him American, I think we would have been our forever partners, and not in a haunted house. That place really messed with us. I think by like the 4th year or the 5th year, I remember us getting smart, realizing like there is, because we saw a lot of spirits, we saw things go through us, we saw poltergeist stuff, we saw everything. I got possessed, and my mind got taken over, and I would do weird things sometimes, and I had like this rage, and I remember JC, who lived with us, I don't recall it, but after Miguelito left, he said that it was around Christmas, and he said that I picked up my like three-tier giant Christmas tree that he had given me. I picked it up with ornaments and everything on it, just like over my head, and I slammed and like threw it across the room to the bottom floor from the 2nd floor. I don't remember doing that. I remember the Christmas tree being in that bottom floor, just like broken. So there were definitely negative forces at play. Our neighbors used to say that the people that lived there before were just horrendous. They were like, they would say just straight up evil. And I don't know if they were, or if they were really affected by the house, but the house had a really negative vibe, and it really took over. But by the 4th or 5th year, we started getting smart. We started realizing, you as a Miguelito, you're affected. You're affected by the house. Every time you come back, you're agitated, and like there's no reason to be, right? So we started combating that with humor. We started combating that with watching comedy. And I remember that the first night that we tried that, the entity, the darkness in the room, in our bedroom, dissipated, and it was gone. And we're like, wow. It was palpable. It was palpable, that darkness, that thickness in the room. And it dissipated when we started ignoring it and just having a good time and laughing anyway. And his mood completely changed. So even him, being there would agitate situations. Us being a together union, bona fide twin flames, we're powerful. We do powerful shit, with our energies. And so it would agitate the negative spirits in that house. And so it was really tough for us. We had some real major challenges, and that union, that divine union, really irritates demons and negative energies, but it also irritates people with lower vibrations. So we were met with a lot of opposition. I mean, we had a lot of turmoil and mistakes in relationships, that growing up, maturing and realizing that those aren't ways to conduct a relationship and stuff. Those things happen. But on top of that, there was those elements of like a kind of a jealous mom, and a neglectful dad, a lower vibration dad, a lower vibration brother. So it wasn't really a healthy family per se. And Miguelito himself had some reservations about his own mom and his brother and his dad. But he had such a loving heart that he always wanted to make things, work for, with his brother and his dad in particular. He loved his mom, of course. So eventually, after 5 years, things took a turn, and they are what they are. But it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen. We weren't supposed to be forever together together forever from then on. There was a lot of growth that I needed to do personally, and I'm sure there's a lot of growth that he's done in his life, and it sounds like he's happy now and thriving in a relationship, and I'm very happy for him, because I think that's the ultimate goal for twin flames. He's my soul, you know, so I wouldn't want to see him happy. Maybe his good vibes will rub off on me. Hell, I mean, I was engaged and ready to marry Jarvie. Didn't work out for me, but I so would have, you know, and I'm meant for something different. I'm meant for someone different, and I'm meant for something different. But more power to my twin flame if he's in a stable relationship and he's, you know, thriving in it, and that's awesome. I'm happy for him. The whole meaning, I don't know. I think we almost did last year before I realized he's, you know, in a relationship. We almost did last year, and like she said, it was the energy is sexual. I mean, we're twin flames. We just want it. We want a union, and we union a lot. Oh my god. Yeah, there's no complaints. Anyways, okay. Moving on. Think of something else. But yeah, we're intense. We are intense. We are very telepathic. We are very ADHD. We're very creative. We created music together and lyrics together and babies together, and a lot of beauty. A lot of beauty. A lot of chaos too. But a lot of beauty. That part of my life, I wouldn't trade it for the world. He changed my life. I will always give him credit for busting down busting down the door on my spirituality. I needed him for that. I needed my twin flame. He changed me. And the minute I met him in a video game, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that he was going to change my life. And it happened just like that. So it was a very beautiful thing. It was a very beautiful union. I wouldn't take any of it back because it taught me so many lessons. But anyway, that was a cool reading. It was fun. Maybe someday I'll be okay with meeting him in person, but I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to cause trouble for anybody. Although I do want to leave this country. I wouldn't mind moving to Canada. I actually told Jarvie at one point, I was like, hey, let's move to Canada. Not that that would be easy for us because neither one of us is Canadian, but it would be nice to not be an American. Don't hate. Anyway, well, that was a cool reading. All the best, Miguelito. I still see you, you know.